Hi, I'm Adam, former Special Forces soldier and a father of 6, and today I'm talking about how to heat and eat an MRE. First thing you need to know about actually eating an MRE is this bit about it being a peelable seal. I know very few people who've actually ever been able to peel the thing open. Usually we just cut it across the top. So you might want to have a knife or other cutting tool handy to get into it. Now, the other thing to know about this before you open it is if you want to heat the meal because it's cold or they're a lot better to eat heated, you're going to need water to heat the MRE. And I'll show you how that's done. But just know that going into it, in addition to what you need to drink to get it down, you're going to need some extra water to be able to activate the heater inside. Let's check it out. And it's a good idea to save this bag because it's waterproof. You can carry water in it. Now, let's see what's inside the interior package. This meal was chili with beans. You're going to find it in this kind of pouch, whatever your main meal is. But you also have some sides and usually some form of spice or treat inside the MRE. We also have cheese-filled cracker, pepperoni flavor, yum. Vegetable crackers, cornbread to go with the chili. How thoughtful. We've got a packet with some essentials like a small packet of toilet paper, a moist towelette to wipe your hands, some salt, some gum to try to keep your teeth clean, some 0-calorie sweetener. So a fair amount of stuff in the packet. We also have grape beverage powder. So it's, like Gatorade powder, but it does have some electrolytes in it. So good stuff. Cheese spread with jalapenos for our vegetable crackers or for the chili, or if you just want to eat it by itself. The last two items in here, this is the MRE heater, which I will show you how to use, and then you have the MRE spoon. The MRE spoon is worth a video in and of itself. It is extremely durable. Some of us used to have one spoon and just keep it in our pocket and run around like that. There's actually one account of an Army Ranger who in Afghanistan was in a hand-to-hand combat situation with a determined enemy. Both of them had all of their weapons gone and they were at it, and the enemy's trying to kill him, and all he had left was his spoon, and he ended up killing him with his spoon. Okay, so this heater is water activated. What you do is tear the top, and it has lines pre-cut to be able to tear it. And then you're going to fill water up to the line indicated on the MRE. You just want it to fill it here. You don't need a ton of water, but you do need a little bit. So pour in a little bit of water. There we go. If you overfill it, if it's not between the lines, you can just pour it out. So I overfilled by just a little bit. I'll pour it out till it's between the lines. A little bit more. If you can hear it, it's starting to sizzle. So what we do is we put our chili with beans packet inside the MRE heater. Let it get down all the way to the bottom. My bag wants to blow away. And then shake it. Okay, now you're gonna want to fold this up. And it says you could put this, I've always put it on the inside. The directions say you can also put it on the outside, lean it up against a rock or something. But here's what we always did in SF, Special Forces. So we use a sleeve to help keep it as tight together as possible. Now this is going to heat for between 5 and 10 minutes. So, and I just tuck it in here inside the sleeve so it doesn't roll out. The other nice thing about this is sometimes you have sides that are, you've got rice or something else that you could put on the other side of the heater inside. So you could heat both things at once. And what you kind of do is you'll knead, it's popping out because I'm squishing it, but I like to knead the food inside the chili so that the heat is hopefully more evenly distributed across the actual entree. A couple other things about MRE heaters while this is heating up, and I can go ahead and set this down now. One of the other things that we used the MRE heaters for was an improvised way to stay warm. I have had a couple of experiences where it was very cold outside. In fact, we were caught unexpectedly cold in an experience in basic training, and I took an MRE heater and I activated it with a little bit of water. I took it, I put it in its sleeve, and I stuffed it down my shirt, and it started to help heat my core. So MRE heaters are really nice for that. They get really hot, so you'd want to have it in the sleeve. It helped me not get worse hypothermia, so that was great. Okay, so I'm kneading it again just to try to distribute the heat as much as possible. If you really want to, and you want to make sure it's heated all the way through, about a couple of minutes in, I'll take it out, I'll turn it over, and I'll flip it over so that the other end of the bag also gets the heater. So we'll knead it around, let it get hot, and then see how it tastes. You'll notice on some of the MREs, it's actually tabbed to cut horizontally. The bigger, more liquid packets are made to do this because it's harder to get down in the corners. If you cut it this way, eat it this way, that spoon is long, but it's still hard to get food out of the edges. Whereas if you do this and you do it horizontally, it's easier to get to the food when it gets low. Okay, so you squeeze all the food down away from the cuts, start it. So start tearing it across. Rather than risk this exploding by trying to yank it off, I'm just going to tear it from the other side. There you have it. So here's what it looks like. It actually looks like a can of maybe Hormel or some other canned chili. Let's see how it tastes. It's actually pretty good. It's one of the better MREs I've had. Some MREs there were fights over. This is a pretty good one. And some people would squeeze the cheese into this, or put the cheese on the cracker, or eat the cracker with the chili. The world's your oyster. So that's it. That's how you heat and eat an MRE. If you found this information helpful, download the ReadyFam app. It's the quickest and easiest way to measure how well you'd live in an emergency, and to learn simple ways to improve without becoming overwhelmed. You'll find clear, easy to understand training videos in how to overcome emergencies and challenges. You can generate custom recipes based on your own food storage items and more. Download the ReadyFam app today. Join the ReadyFam.